the Yahawah, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahawah, Barak the Yahushai, Barak the Yahawah, Barak the Yahushai, KAL HALAL YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Barak Radash. Listen to the Digital Epistle to the 12 tribes of Israel. Double honors to the elders and apostles. You know, GMS who've been laboring in the truth, who rule well and been laboring in the truth. You know, honor to any brother pressing on the likewise doctrine. You know, and honor to any brother or sister, believing in the doctrine. Numbers 24:20. And when he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
Didn't I give y'all the receipts on how a top Israeli government leader said that one of the greatest threats to the world are black youth?
You Israelites. Not the Iranians that they going to war with. Not all them heathen that had them pressed. All them nations with the military and them nukes. You Israelites starting with the house of Judah. Starting with Judah, Benjamin, and Levi.
The problem of Israel is with the young generation of the black community. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter starts there.
Who told y'all that? Didn't I tell y'all that? Did I bring it to you? Didn't I tell you that them folks way over there said one of the greatest threats of the black youth in America? What's the knucklehead's name? That was a big.
And it's starting with the men. At most, some men giving 100% truth. The men, starting at the men at GMS. Going down to the Israelites. But you got different Israelite groups. That came for Esau. Put the cape on Esau. Well, Esau's not the white man. It's the it's the hate Israelites. It's the men pushing out the true doctrine that shows true love by rebuking their brethren. Those are the Edomites, not Esau. I mean, not the white man. Those are. But even people in the world, man, but have Amalek on the ropes, man, exposing Amalek in their history, man, their racist history, man. So a lot of history was coming out around the Kanye and Kyrie, man. Even brothers in the nation, bringing out a lot of information. Nation of Islam and so just all type of Israelites. Even showing their zeal, man. Even if it's not according to true knowledge.
Shot in the music industry, and when Charlemagne asked him why is it that he pushed black artists to talk about lean and drugs to dope up black society, black America, this Jewish white. Didn't I give y'all the receipts on how? Peace, family. My name is. White man pushed that through the music, and he said that he got to eat. Thank you, Leo. Somebody put Leo Cohen is his name. Cohen. Thank you, Leo Cohen. That's his name. But some of you may not know about Leo Cohen, but he admitted that, like he was joking. He was the only one intelligent black man that was calling out these predatory forces that Ye also was calling out. We're gonna leave that alone. What some of you don't know is that Leo Cohen's daddy was involved in the military in Israel, and his daddy was all about that life of warfare. And Leor knew that he was not meant to be that type of soldier. So he intentionally and deliberately chose to use black music as a form of destruction and warfare against black people. Were you all familiar with his daddy's legacy? And Leor Cohen's conscious decision to get into the music industry and prey on black folks and then turn around and use our music and weaponize it against us? Did you all know that? Look into his daddy's life. It's not just some news over there concerning them people. It's interrelated to us.
Yeah, these devils, man. Man, the little hats. I had to do this. I had to redo the lesson because I accidentally recorded it. With that recording audio.
Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. In North Carolina, Republican lawmakers have banned almost all abortions after 12 weeks of pregnancy by overriding North.
Psalm 83, 2. For thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up thy head. To make tumult, to murmur, to growl, to roar, to cry out, to mourn, to raise the sound, to make noise, tumult, to be clamorous, to be disquieted, to be loud, to stir up a commotion, to be boisterous, turbulent. So these people got, man, these people got all these terrorist groups, all these nuclear capable enemies, all these enemies with armies. Talk about their biggest threat is the Israelite youth, so-called black, starting with the house of, Judah. We see the noise that they're making. We see that policy is being crafted to target the Israelites, man, based off the word. All these people have guns and jets, planes, and terrorists, and you got people blowing themselves up. Attacking them, man. They worry about the youth, the Israelite youth. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and have consulted against thy hidden ones, man. Against the Israelites, man. We don't have no nation. We don't have no army. Man. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the nation of Israel may be no more in remembrance, man. Because mainly, that's the biggest thing. Talk about, especially when it came to the Kyrie, man. Even people who weren't necessarily hanging the Israelite banner under the Israelite banner, was even going to the history. Candace Owens going into history, Afro-Asiatic. Man, you had Candace Owens trying to appeal to black people. I had to pull back, playing on the Kanye audience. My Afro Asian, man, Ben Shapiro was hurt. Ben Shapiro was hurt. I Daily Wire. The Israelites claiming their heritage. They don't like that. Man. For they the tabernacles of Edom, so-called white man, the Ishmaelites, the Ishmael, the original Arab, Moab, the Chinese, the Hagareans, the other tribes of from Hagar of Abraham. Psalms 83:12, who said, "Let us take Gabal, Ammon, and Amalek." So man, you see Esau here twice, and Amalek, man, the Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre. Who said, "Let us take to ourselves the houses of BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI in our possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth in the wood, as the flame setteth on the mountains. On fire, setteth the mountains on fire, man." For they took the tabernacle, man. They took the Israelites into the possession. They took the Holy Land into possession. How much lies and deceit and murder, and how much illusions at that. How much illusions claiming to be us. giving us a different heritage. I'm gonna set fire to a fire will be set to their mountains, to their governments, man, nukes. So persecute them with thy tempest, make them afraid of thy storm, fill their faces up with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and be troubled forever, yet let them be put to shame and perish. And man, they are being confounded and troubled, man, through the word. Through the word. That the biggest threat isn't even military, but it's the Israelites waking up. And them being exposed for not being people through the word and through the history, man. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all earth. Yeah. Psalm 64:2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked and the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, who bend their bow to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. They may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune laying these snares privily. They say, who shall see me? Who shall see them? Man, they have their counsels in secret. Man, when the Israelites when the Israelites make a decree, it don't matter, man. Whether it's in quote positive, I mean in the kingdom it's all positive for the Israelites. But what would be in quote negative, it's still positive, man, for the net word and even for the people, man. But even if it's something let's burn the Edomites, man. At the end of the 1,000 years of hardcore captivity, that's gonna be an open council. When you have the king's approval, the king's seal, or approval going up, hey, the name's gonna be open. You ain't gonna be hiding the counsel of these decisions, who wet their tongue like a sword, and they use their lies. That their lies are just as bad as weapons, man. That 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 they craft their tongue to create doctrines to get people murdered, man. That they may shoot at the perfect. They're shooting at the Israelites, man, the perfect, man. People are really waking up and condemning them. That they suddenly do shoot at them and fear not, man, because they're in their secret council, encourage themselves in this evil matter, man. This Amalek, their culture, man. This that blood libel, blood libel, man. And, Amalek. You know, even in the Talmud, man, these are wicked men. These are bloody men. These are profane men. These are disgusting men, sick men, disgusting appetites. And they would make the mock rituals of Yahushua using Israelite children. So even when Jacob wasn't fully awake, even in the medieval times, even like in 1200, you had Esau getting the Amalek getting pushed out over their blood libel, man. They're doing their wicked sacrifices and mockery of the Lord and his sacrifice, man. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. And man, they're calling the Israelites anti-Semitic. They're calling Kanye. They're calling him a national socialist. That's why one thing I post when you know it's a scary time when they're calling a rapper a national socialist. And right now you see what's happening in in Ukraine, man. And we see, man, how propaganda works. We see how the small hats are protecting them. We see how them KZRs. We see how them Ukrainian soldiers are protecting them little hats. I'm recording this, so not a little half. You know, they gonna catch on. Probably, you know, starting to catch on. But the Lord shall, and every heart, the heart is in there deep, man. For we call not the word. You know, if a brother sees an Amalekite, you know, we still gonna deal with him. We still gonna test his spirit and deal with him, man. You know, we gonna let the angels sort through the weeds and the tears, man. Yeah, we see how deep their heart is. I'm like the number one threat. Man, it's crazy, man. That they shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. So they make their tongues to fall upon themselves. All that see it shall flee away. All the men shall fear and declare the works of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, for they shall wisely consider his doings. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord Yahweh, and shall trust in him, and all the upright shall glory. Baruch 4:3. Give not thine honor to another, nor things that are profitable unto thee, to a stranger nation. And we see, man, you know, no Jake that came up in you know, in them private schools. You know, you know, Eve, you know, Eve out here caping for Amalek. Eve loved to give herself an Amalekite. You know, if there's somebody condemning Kanye, man, they always got Eve right there. You know, Andy said, you know, they just roll out the tongue of Eve, man. Matthew 12:29, or else who can, how, or how else, or else how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. Proverbs 22:6, train up a child in the way he should go up, and when he is old, he will not depart from it, man. And we see that with Leo Cohen, man. And as the Cohen, man, as a priest, man, he would be raised up in the way to be a priest, so you should not depart from it, man. So by the time you're 30, you'll be a priest. We see by the time he was 30, he was in the, you know, he was raised up to create weapons to subdue the heathen, to subvert us, man. We see, man, when you go listen to the KGB, Intel's only half their job. You can see amongst, you know, I think Japan and China or whatever, Japan disseminating communist propaganda to weaken a nation. Because war is really a battle of economies, really. War is expensive, could take a lot of resources, could be long drawn out, man, unless a nation is just on the brink. You gotta subvert the culture, you gotta subvert the men. And you know, he was raised up, you know, to take those same principles, man, and apply it to the Israelites, man. Yeah, but he's a weak man. He's not like his father, man. So you know, you got to bind the strong man first, man. So to attack our people, man. So he subdued us with, well, you know, with some. Look what type of energy he's brought to the rap game. You know, when he left one label and he went to 300. Look at him. Go look at Young Thug when he was around him. That man was. Look what type of energy, the dress, the cloud chaser, you know, the ghetto thug man. Got a stick but a dress. Humiliating Jake. These people are not departing from their ways of wickedness, of attacking the Israelites, of dominance. But you be seeing Jake be giving all the honor to the heathen. They be exalting them. With supposedly 4 people for 4 years. 4 years. You could go into their almanacs. You go to a little almanac and it'll tell you, man, that the population of Uz was like 3 or 4 million. So they're gonna tell you the kill count was 6. Double ice camps. Obadiah. Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh, and an ambassador sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. And the heathen are getting ready to go to war with Esau. And they're going to end up blowing up America and the Holy Land and Amalek. Behold, I made thee very small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised, man. The pride of thine heart. And man, we get to see, man, Amalek is hated in this time. And we get to see who the Amalekites are, because right now the Amalekites are the only ones dealing with each other right now. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee. Thou art dwell in the clefts of the rocks. Thou habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? So thou exalteth thyself as the eagle. We see on all their, countries, and even how they fly in their jets, and even Israel, man. Their jets are the bread and butter of their military. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence I will bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh. If these come to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they have stolen till they hadn't enough? If great gatherers came to thee, would they have left some grapes? How are things of Esau searched up? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the borders. All the heathen men that they were confederated with to cut the nations off, man. To cut the Israelites off of the heritage. Those same nations are ready to are tired of the deal that they got, man. They want to go back to an earlier time where each of these nations were vying for more power, man. All being subservient under Edom and Amalek under the hegemony of the beast system. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, and have prevailed against thee, man. So Esau thinking, man, the men that they see, Esau think, he sees that his system is gonna crash. So in his way, he's trying to accelerate it so he could control it. To rebel against Bible prophecy. He's really speeding up Bible prophecy. And we get to see, man, don't get it confused. Russia has gotten rich on this Ukraine. China got rich off this deal, man. These nations are, America's still buying oil from Russia. All these companies stop dealing with Russia. Just puts Russia back, on the SWIFT system, man. They're just gonna get it on the SWIFT. Well, it just more incentivizes them to go digital. So when these people just say, what, we want this new order without them, man. They send the nukes to America and Israel. They that have eaten thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. You know, they ate that dollar. So this is, you know, they're gonna press that nuke. Obadiah 1, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and the understanding of Teman? To destroy the wise men out of Edom, and the understanding out the mountain of Esau, and the mighty men, O Teman, shall be destroyed, to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. You know, the Teman, the, you know, Germans, you know, but even go we could go look at Germany. We can go Klaus Schwab. We could go to British royalty. You can see you know, that lineage go back to you know, the Marx, man. You know, Rothschilds, Bowers. So man, we really get to see, man, with Klaus Schwab. You know, they brought that communism, that national social. You know, you seen the Queen with her swastika. So we see Teman really leading some of the head of this destruction, man. The World Economic Forum, man. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. Thou shalt be cut off forever, man. And man, they're still trying to cut Jacob off to this day, man. Still being pushed in their legislation. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that thou stranger carried the captives away, and foreigners to their gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou was one of them. Yeah, so even when, man, they stood by, man, they said, man, I didn't have any slaves, y'all stood by. And y'all still selling us, man. But thou stoodest not, but thou shouldst not have looked on the day that thy brother, in thy day that he became a stranger, neither shouldst thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction, neither should they have spoken proudly in their day of distress. So when we're in their distress, man, Amalek is happy. When we're you know, leaned up, and if we all end up like Young Thug, man, mythed out, killing our brothers, promoting that violence, leaned up, farmer suited up, farmer keyed up, drinking that liquid heroin, that's fine. They rejoice over that. Thou shouldst not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Yeah, thou shouldst not have looked upon their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance in the day of their calamity. Neither shouldst have stood in the crossway to cut them off of his that have escaped. Neither shouldst thou have delivered up thou of his did remain in the day of distress. Yeah, enchantment, the use of magic power from the old French, magical spell, song, a concert, a chorus, to bewitch, to be charmed, to enchant, to cast on, allurement, a spell, a song, enchant, the galleon, to sing. It's also the source, second element. Enchant, charm, fascinate, to bewitch, to charm, to cast a spell. Enchantress, a charming woman. You have enchanter, one who enchants, practices magic, sorcerer, or magician, one who charms or delights, man. This is wicked, man. Things that have no place in the truth. Ye shall not eat of anything with blood, neither shall ye use enchantment, nor observe times. You know, you're going to use enchantments to practice divination, divine to observe times, to you know, practicing fortune tellings. You know, dealing with that witchcraft. You know. Go look at Michelle Amy. Look at this nasty roach, man. Oh, look at that, man. Bro, all these celebrities, man. Out here, putting spells on the music, man. Spell binding the records, man. In the brother space, man. Imagine what type of ritual she doing with the brothers, man. Brothers wouldn't be around there. They wouldn't even touch her, man. It's nasty. We got people putting spells, man. All these people putting enchantments on the music, putting enchantments on your voice. Man, these women are witches, man. These women got the Egyptian prostitute. Man, I make it, man. You be seeing that, though. You could tell when Shorty go to the dark side, man. Her countenance. Leon Cohen, man. I got people to feed, Jewish executives profit for promoting violence and drugs and the music of hip hop, man. So, man, that's what Kanye talking about, man. Well, that's what we can say in the world. We use Kanye's example for niggas in the world who we can't use all the way, man. But Kanye's right in the context of who he's talking to, man. But the people understand the truth, man. But you can't even judge the level from what Kanye talking about, man. How you gonna deal with the brothers, man? Man, go look at this man. Man, speak it with his hands. 666, man. Another throwing up another 666, man. Another 666. Yeah. Another 666. Yeah. He probably was throwing up the devil horns in that one.
I'm sorry, honey. Can I get you a little bit more juice? I don't want to fight with you.
Remove them. You didn't remove them.
I didn't move Matt Kemp and Magic Johnson.
Why?
But I thought Matt Kemp is mixed, and he was okay, just like me.
Okay.
He's lighter and whiter than me.
Okay.
I met his mother.
In Israel, the blacks are just
people around you have poison mind and have a way of thinking.
It's the world. You go to Israel, the blacks are just treated like dogs.
So do you have to treat them like that too?
The white Jews, there's white Jews or black Jews. Do you understand?
And are the black Jews less than the white Jews?
100%, 50, 100%.
And is that right?
It is the question. We don't evaluate.
Are the black Jews less than the white Jews? 150%. Man, these people are raised up in these ways, man, and they're taught not to go. They're not going away from it, man, because it's how they keep their power, man. And Mike ain't got no sauce, ain't got no drip.
What's right and wrong? We live in a society. We live in a culture. We have to live within that culture.
But shouldn't we take a stand for what's wrong and be the change and the difference?
I don't want to change the culture because I can't. It's too big.
But you can change yourself.
I don't want to change it. My girl can't do what I want. I don't want the girl.
There's no need to get upset. No need to get...
I just see what I'm living with, what I'm dealing with.
I'm sorry, I didn't do anything.
You never do anything and never anything wrong.
But I didn't do anything.
Upset me.
I upset that you made yourself upset.
No, that's not true.
Man, that's really why they cut him off, man. They didn't want him exposing, man. How they got the Samaritans, how they got them Philosophists, how they got them Philistines in the Holy Land. They see the men proclaiming the truth out here, and they say, "Oh, black Jews, oh, Jews are black, the Jews are black." Oh, the Philosophists. Even though Philosophy means fake. We probably got more Israelites, man, that forefathers go back, two brothers in so-called Africa. you know, and the Sephardi, and the Sephardi Jews, man.
You didn't start off by saying, honey,
Oh man, I just seen this. Just seen this today.
Hating on Israel. It's all good.
No, he's just saying that he's
No,
saying,
he's not the only one, but it's all good.
no, he said that specifically so that the audience would know that he's referring to you.
Yeah, I
Because
know.
that's how they're
It's all
using.
good.
That's not hating on Israel.
Yeah.
That's just identifying you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arab.
What?
What?
She called you an Arab.
What was that?
All right, like 5 minutes left. She can't even.
I guess.
Right.
I guess she.
She's gone.
She's
mature, guys.
Y'all hurt her feelings, man. She's walking off.
Whoa. Wow.
Weird ass house. No. Hating on Israel.
النكبة الثانية عن طريق هذا تقول النكبة الثانية מחנה פליטים תקום انت ودينك مسخرة ومسخرة אחים אכפר ערבי זה בן זונה יהודי זה נשמה ערבי זה בן זונה
شو يربيت עם הדגל לא דיברתי זה הגזע
Teachers in Israel have been suspended because they were caught insulting and making fun of Ethiopian Israeli students. Actually, they were caught red-handed, like the student was sitting behind the teacher when she was texting about the black girls. And they even created a group that said Black School Trip. After that video went viral, the Israeli education minister has apologized and said, quote, "The incident will be dealt with severely with all the tools at our disposal. I am sorry for the distress that was caused for the students. There will be zero tolerance for this sorts of incidents on my watch." And even the school principal has said, like, they have zero tolerance when it comes to racism and mistreatment of, black young girls in Israel and in their school. Let me show you the short video that the students were able to capture from their teacher. After the girls took this video, they posted it and they wrote, quote, "Good morning to all the educators of this school. It saddens me as a member of the Ethiopian community to see the level you sank to today. Instead of being our teacher and setting an example and making us feel like we're in our safest place, you did the exact opposite. Opening a group called Black School Trip without even realizing that there were students behind you and mocking your students. I see the photos and I just don't believe that they come from our teachers. You are a disgrace. I'm ashamed that you're our teachers and that you're teaching the future generation." Well said. The students seem more mature to me than the teacher in this case. Like, how are you the teacher, the person that is supposed to guide these kids, and you are creating a WhatsApp group that is intended to just make fun of your students, your black students? How sad is that? And how should the students feel when the person that they look up to, the person that is supposed to protect them and, lead them in the right direction, is actually putting them down? But these are strong young girls, and I know this is not going to stop them from becoming who they're.
So these are the people that they let back into the land, accept refugee dollars and accept people that they let back into the land. Oh, these are the blacks. See how they treat them, man. Oh, Ecclesiastes 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for in like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Deuteronomy 17:15. Shalt thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord Yahweh thy power shall choose. One among thy brethren shall set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not in thy borders, man. And we get to see how much animosity or how much hate that they have for us, man. You had Israelite groups who sent Israel over there, got them fighting in their army, got them sent to a nuclear power plant, and they get kicked out. I mean, we see what these heathen have planned for us, man. These people, they just don't understand us. No, they create policies to keep you in subjection. The stranger that is within thee shall get above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low, man. And they're telling you, are the white Jews worth less than the black Jews? Are the black Jews worth less than the white Jews? 150%, man. That's how they feel about you. Isaiah 2, 2. Yeah, it shall come to pass in the last days that the mount of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, on top of all the governments, man. Gonna have the world dominion, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all the nations shall flow onto it, man. All the nations, they're gonna get that understanding, man. There's gonna be all the nations gonna pay tribute. All the nations gonna get that understanding, like how Sheba came all the way just to get the understanding from Solomon. It's how all the nations, and just how America is, how whiteness is, how Americanization is spread, especially how it used to be. How that illusion is actually gonna be the reality. Times and more in Israel, tenfold. It's gonna be doubled. And many people shall go and say, "Come ye, let us go unto the mountain of the Lord Yahweh, to the house of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways. We will walk in his paths. For out of Zion go forth the law, for the word of Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI of Jerusalem, Yerushalayim. He shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their pruning hooks, their swords in the pruning hooks, and their spears in their swords in the plowshares, and their spears in the pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall learn war anymore, man. So when the holy people get back into the land, when and they're just gonna say Judah, Judah. It's just Judah and Levi. You know, those are your Cohen. That's your priest. Man, you have a Yehud. Man, man, all these nations gonna be getting information from Israel. You know, Israel gonna be saying our biggest threat. How you gonna have Judah back in the Holy Land talking about our biggest? You're not supposed to have any threats. No one's supposed to learn war anymore. The weapons are supposed to be done away with. Only tools, man, for perpetual labor. They call you goyim. They call you cattle. Then why aren't we all flowing onto you? You should have all the world in your hand. That's just a righteous doctrine, man, because it's not being backed by the Spirit. BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. O house of Jacob, become ye, and let us walk in thy light of the Lord. Let's walk in the light of the Lord Yahweh. And we see in the Antiochus spirit, and through his policy, also he caused craft to prosper in his hand. He shall magnify himself in his heart. By peace shall destroy many. He shall also come against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hands. You know, it's mainly about Antiochus, man, but this is the policy, man, that lead nations. So just know, man, in this law that they're talking about anti-Semitism. It's the Israelites the biggest threat. Yeah. Ezekiel 26. Thus saith the Lord, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, that power, because that enemy has said against you, aha, aha. And you can think about coming to America. They even had a small hat in a barbershop saying, aha. So the indicator, man, the Bible lets you know, man, still saying amongst the people, you can still identify. Because that enemy has said, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. Man, they stole the Israelites. They stole the Holy Land. Therefore, okay, let me get one more video. Okay.
Literally journalists and medics. So you can see there are emergency service workers here, there's an ambulance there are journalists. Here we go, look at this, here we go. Ah, he just told him not to throw. You can see it. They saw the camera and didn't throw. Literally journalists and medics. So you can see there are emergency service workers here, there's an ambulance there are journalists. Here we go, look at this, here we go. Ah, he just told him not to throw. You can see it. They saw the camera and didn't throw. But there you can see in his hands stun grenade. Literally.
אתה לא מבין שזה לא מעניין אותי שזה לא מעניין שעבר, לא אכפת לי מהדברים האלה. תראה לי קצר. כתב, אני אראה לך שאני לא מישהו ממך. מה איתך? מה? אני מבין מה אתה... לא, תורג'י, המשימה? אתה רוצה צו? יש לך מגד למעלה בינתיים? אז אנחנו נגיד לך ויתור, יאללה, לך אחורה. יאללה, לך אחורה. אני מאחורה.
Man, raids on there. See how wild that is? Imagine all the people going back in their land. Going back into their land. You see Jericho? They got a raid on Jericho on military grade. He's the actor, right? We gotta run. We gonna hold. We gonna hold. He's the no act, right? We gonna hold for a raid. We gonna hold that barricade. With the spiritual power that Jake will have, man. Using human shields. Magic Columbus had a camera on him, bro. That's what it is, man. Brak the Yahawah, 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 Brak the Yahawah. I hope this lesson was edifying.